Hi, I'm Jenny Lee Harrison, and congratulations on your purchase of the Infinite dress. It will be the best piece that you ever put in your wardrobe. Now, the purpose of this videotape is to show you how you can create, in the comfort of your own home, over 30 different styles. It's very simple. Now, please use this videotape. Fast forward it, rewind it, do whatever you have to learn all these different styles, which are very simple. You can do them in simply seconds. Now, to begin with, I'm going to show you an evening look, an out to dinner look. I'm going to grab the Infinite dress. As you see, the seam is in the front. You have a V. What we're going to do is grab the tails of the dress, the long pieces in either hand. We're going to cross them over in front of us. Now remember, I'm doing this without a mirror, so if you see me being a little off-centered, you know why. I'm going to cross it over in front of me. There we go, getting a knot. Bring it back behind you. Simply loop it a few times and let it drape over your back. Now that's a simple style. And remember, I'm wearing a half bra, so I do have a bra on with it. Now for the next style, another look, but a similar occasion. I'm going to grab the tails that are already hanging down, pull them out to either side, bring it around front, and simply tie it, letting it go down. An empire look. It's very simple and yet very secure. That's what this fabric will do. We made it special, so we'll drape nicely but stay secure. Another look, similar occasion. Now, for a conservative look, I'm going to untie the dress from in front of me, grabbing it, undoing how I've had it tied before, grabbing again both tails, seam is still down the front, grabbing both tails, letting them hang over either shoulder. Now what I'm going to do is create a sleeve, because again we're going for a conservative look. I'm going to let the tails drape over either arm. Perhaps a little off-centered again because I have no mirror. I'm going to grab both tails, grabbing the tails from behind. What I'm going to do is grab them, but what I'm going to do is cross them over. So it's pulling a little bit tightly across my arms. And then I've draped them both over, carrying the tails around front. And now I'm going to pull it all the way in the back and tie it. Simply leaving it, arranging my sleeves for a conservative look. Perhaps another business look. Undoing the Infinite, seam is still in the front with the V, grabbing both tails. What I'm going to do, again remember too, the V you can hang it lower or bring it up higher depending on the look that you want. I'm going to let it hang, both tails hang from behind, grabbing the tails from in front, placing one over the other, right underneath my bra line, bringing the tails behind you, simply tying it in the back, and voila. Again, the fabric easily draping, however staying extremely secure, having the sleeves as we go. For an early dinner, corporate business look, which can also very quickly change simply by bringing both of the sleeves up and perhaps making it just a little bit more daring, and perhaps even grabbing the tails from behind and bringing it around in front. Another completely new style. Business look, going to an early dinner look. For another conservative look, now what I've done is I've put the seam to the back. The V is in the back. I've turned the dress around. I'm going to take both tails behind me, drape them over my shoulders, and what I'm going to do here is cross the tails in front of me, going over either breast, and pull it behind, pulling the tails behind. Simply knotting right there behind me, very simple. I'm doing this without a mirror, so I might be a little bit off, showing you a sleeve. So again, another conservative look. Now, for a business-like look, I'm going to grab both tails that are already behind me, bringing them around in front, and continuing pulling the tails all the way around once again and tying it in the rear. So now I have the conservative variation, and yet pulling in the dress somewhat to give me a waist. Now for a classic look, the seam is still in the back. I'm going to grab both tails in front of me, and what I'm going to do is put one tail over the other, take them both, grabbing them, letting them go behind my neck, and simply hang down. Now again, this fabric is very secure. That's how we created it. So that in itself is a classic look. Now, grabbing these tails, what I'm doing here is I'm going to let these tails, here's another look for you, a classic variation. I'm going to let these tails go behind me, and what I'm going to do is grab them, crossing them from behind, but grabbing. It's a lot easier too, let me tell you, if you have a mirror in front of you. You're going to grab both tails behind you, bring it around in front as I straighten myself out, and simply again let it hang in front. An empire look. And yet we can continue this look even further by taking both tails, wrapping around behind your back, and tying it. So you can have the tails draping in front of you or behind you, creating another style. And now for a very elegant look with the infinite dress, making sure the seam's in the front, the V, grab both of your tails, and what we're gonna do is wrap them around, gathering both of them together, wrap, 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 and what you're gonna do is pull it over one shoulder, simply back around your neck, and there you have it. A simple, elegant look. Now, actually, what I'm going to do, I think, is I'll just leave it right over my shoulder. Again, to keep it very simple. This is as easy as a piece of pie, cutting a piece of pie. In fact, my 13-year-old niece has an infinite, and she fell in love with it because it is so easy. There you go. Again, simple, but a variation of elegance. The infinite dress on an evening out. We're going to grab both tails. You'll notice that's how we always begin every style, is by grabbing both tails of the dress, pulling it behind us. Let's crisscross, pulling it back in front, and just leaving it like that. A whole look with just a few wraps for an evening out. Now, how about let's go into a formal evening wear. In fact, what I'm going to do is leave it tied behind me, as we were, and now I'm going to take it both right around front and tie it, because what this does, it just again gets you a little bit more of a slimming effect. Whenever you tie the infinite dress, you can tie it in front, or you can also pull it around to the back, giving it an evening, more of a formal look. Let's take the infinite to a resort. Let's get a resort look going. What we're going to do is let's take both tails, and what I'm going to do is simply twist one side, pull it back, and let's go to the other tail, continue twisting. Now you'll do much better with this at home when you have a mirror. I'm, as you say, truly faking it. I'm going to take it behind me, I'm going to cross over and pull it back around in front. And let's pull it up right beneath our bodice for an empire style look. Resort wear. Now how about resort evening? As I'm creatively thinking, let's just, in fact, we were already here. Let's just pull it right back around, tying it in the back. See, by just doing these few different twists and turns, it'll look like you have a whole new wardrobe with the exact same dress. But again, over 30 different styles. Resort evening. Now let's go to the beach with the infinite dress. Let's have me tie it, untie it all the way around. Both the tails are still turned, twisted. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cross over, seams in the front, both tails are twisted, and I'm going to pull it here just behind me. Once again, in front of a mirror, be much easier, even though even now, this is pretty simple. I'm going to take it right around in front, and it's so comfortable. The Infinite dress, I've said this many times, but I'm so proud of it. It's made of DuPont Slinky, so it's meant to drape perfectly and yet always just rest. Cling just right around your body. You can twist it up and turn it and throw it in your luggage, but it will always look just like as I'm showing it to you now. So this is a beach look. Now how about a dinner cruise? Again, talk about vacation, traveling, packing all those clothes. Well, forget it. Just take your Infinite. We're going to go on a dinner cruise here. What I'm going to do is I have both tails and they're twisted one over the other. Now I'm going to twist again, just to give me a little tension there. Pull it right back around. Let's bring it in front. Again, tying it right there. Dinner cruise. Now let me show you something that we haven't really done, and you can do this with most styles, if not all styles that are gathered here at the waist. What we're going to do is simply take it from a longer dress to a shorter dress. And look at this. Talk about, so now we've gone from a dinner cruise at night, perhaps to a lunchtime during the day, or even if you want to show a little leg off. The same dress and yet a completely different looking style for a dinner cruise. Well, let's simply just go on vacation with the Infinite. What I'm going to do is untie it. And you'll see as I untie it, we're going to go from short back to long. Reminding you, I have on a half bra with all these styles. Okay, I'm grabbing both tails, seams in the front, V's in the front. I'm going to pull it right behind my neck. What I'm going to do is just turn it over. Just actually even twist it once because the DuPont Slinky is going to stay right in place there and simply draped over my back for vacation. Again, and now what I'm going to do, twisting it to pull either tail, bringing it right in front, underneath the bodice. There we go. Again, the tail's either lying right in front. Simply, it can stay right like that. You can tie it. You can place it around. You can take it around almost 3 times too, in fact. Vacation, elegant. Now, let's go to semi-formal with the Infinite. I'm going to grab both of my tails. Again, placing them over my neck. Let's just twist them a bit, one over the other, grabbing both sides. Hair down. Pretty good for not even using a mirror, huh? And it'll be this simple for you right at home. Semi-formal look. Now for a classic and sophisticated look. Taking the Infinite dress with the seam in the front, so you always have the V whenever the seam is right there. You grab both tails, put it behind your neck, take it around in front, simply crossing over and throwing both tails behind you. Voila! Classic, yet quite sophisticated. Now for a glamorous look. I love this style. What we're going to do is grab both tails again. And what I'm going to do is put both tails in one hand. Now I'm going to take it again, just right around my neck and just let it hang actually over my arm. It's very elegant, very glamorous for any kind of party situation. There you go. Now for a daring look. What I'm going to do is taking both tails, wrapping one over the other, so you have that roping effect. We've done this a lot with the Infinite. Rope, 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 twist, twist, twist. Taking the handles, both the tails, around, behind, putting my hand right through, bringing it underneath, separating the tails there because you've twisted them around. What I'm going to do is bring one through the other, giving myself a waistline. Now remember before I talked about whenever I have a waistline, it gives you the opportunity to take the Infinite from long into short. So what I can do is just by raising, picking it up. Now remember, I'm not doing this in front of a mirror, so I might look a little bit off-sided there. But you can take the Infinite from long to short, whether daytime or nighttime. Quite daring. Now for a gala event. All of us have to go to those sometimes and think, oh, what will I wear? Well, now you can grab your Infinite dress and come up with a bunch of ideas. Right here, let's take both our tails, again, seam in the front, go behind, and what I'm gonna do is just knot it right behind my neck to make it secure. I've talked about this fabric, DuPont Slinky. It's made specifically just for the Infinite, so it stays in place securely all night long, yet it's so comfortable, always draping so perfectly for a gala event. How's that? Now, this is a slick look. I'm going to untie the tails from behind me, place them both in front of my hand. Now watch this. Grabbing both tails in front of me, putting them together in one hand, I'm making a hole right there in front, which I'm going to place my arm through. Now what I'm going to do is tie them over my shoulder, one tail underneath the other, throw it through, back through my arm, over my back there. What I'm going to do, tie it securely over one shoulder, pulling the tail from behind, back around here, this one, across the chest there. Simply loop it through underneath your arm, letting the tails hang. Whole nother look, all with the Infinite dress. Quite slick. Now this is a showstopper. If you're from Hollywood, this is perfect. What I'm going to do, again, through the arm, just letting the tails both hang here. So as you walk, your tails just drape beautifully right behind you. It's quite a showstopper. Now for a slimming effect. As I said before, my best friend is probably a size 18, and she was amazed when she put on the Infinite dress in that it made her figure look so much better. I mean, it slimmed her down and made her look like she lost 20 pounds instantly. This is one that worked very well on her. It's roped underneath the arm, brought across, and again, giving you a waistline. Now, whenever you do the waistline too, you can also always let the tails just drop, or you can simply tuck them underneath. Quite slimmy. Now, finally, I want to show you with the Infinite, with all the styles that you have, you can also use a scarf that comes with it. Now, this piece of fabric is so beautiful and long, and why I love it is because even though it's lightweight, it's extremely warm and fuzzy, and it makes me feel so great when I go out at night because I'm one of those people that always get goosebumps. So I use it oftentimes whenever I'm out with the Infinite. You can also use it, besides being a shawl, around your waist to give you even a larger waistband. And I think I also mentioned my 13-year-old niece has the dress, and she took the scarf and she even wrapped it around her head, used it as a turban. It's a beautiful prop. Finally, I want to show you how you can create even more styles with simple accessories that you can find in your very own wardrobe. For instance, I put together a few things. How about taking a nice brooch, putting it right in the middle of the dress, perhaps even up on your lapel. People don't stop to think about how easy it is to, again, take the Infinite from daytime to nighttime with simple accessories. Here's another idea. How about taking a gold necklace? Watch the things that I'll be able to do with this. I'm going to get my hair out of the way. Putting on a beautiful choker. Looks lovely with the neckline, with the seam in the front and the V. Now, how about a scarf? What we did with the Infinite dress is we chose beautiful, simple colors. However, you can always take scarves to add even more color. Simply throw it over your shoulder. Simple and elegant. We oftentimes use scarves while we're filming there in Hollywood. Again, perhaps even take it over your shoulders. Looping it casually in front. Now, I know I'm not showing you anything new, but perhaps I've got you thinking a bit. Scarf. Easy. Here's another idea. Take your Infinite dress. Pick one of those many jackets that you have in your closet. And again, the Infinite colors look beautiful with practically any of those jackets that you have in your wardrobe. And look at that. From a daytime into a corporate look in seconds. I've had many business meetings in the Infinite dress with the jacket, and boy, have I got rave reviews. Again, pick up a brooch. Put a simple pin on your lapel. Don't I look snazzy? And I'm not even using a mirror. Now I want to show you something that's going to be so different from anything you've ever seen before. This is a great part to the infinite dress. What I'm going to do, I'm going to again grab my tail, so I'm going to untie myself from behind. Notice I've left my gold choker on. I've done that for a reason. What I'm going to do is grab both tails in front in one hand. Now watch this. I'm going to take both the tails, and what I'm going to do is pull them through my choker. Now again, a piece of gold jewelry will very easily handle this because this fabric is light and easy. Now look, a whole nother look in just seconds. Isn't that wonderful? That's why the infinite dress was created. All these styles, simply seconds, the same dress, yet nobody would know that. Taking the tails, look at that. Now throw it behind your shoulders. Here, in fact, I'm creating this as I'm talking to you. Let's take both tails. And what I'm going to do here is let's knot the tails in front. What I'm doing, see, is thinking back over this tape. I've shown you over 30 different styles. Well, you can even take a few styles, incorporate them together to come up with simply your own. Now, this is a very slimming look. That's one thing too. The infinite dress can be worn by anybody from a size 2 to a size 20 very easily. My best friend, she's a size 18. She put on this dress and fell in love. She looks beautiful in it. So here again, I'm going to take, you can even keep the knots in this fabric. This dress, I have to tell you, the fabric, it's called DuPont Slinky. It's specifically made for the infinite dress. You can wad it up, you can twirl it around. It's always going to drape perfectly and stay in great shape and really hug your body exactly where you need to be hugged and yet drape nicely exactly where it's supposed to drape. So there you go, the infinite dress. Again, I've shown you well over 30 styles, but at home with accessories or jackets or scarves, you can create hundreds and hundreds more, it seems. So thank you very, very much. I know you'll enjoy yourself with the infinite dress. This is Jenny Lee Harrison. Enjoy.